Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, Kitty. Can you hear me okay? Testing, testing, testing. One, two, three. Sound check. I don't have my tablet um, on right now because I'm on my data. Can you hear me okay, though? Is the sound working? Okay, good. So, I don't really want to do a karmic read, but Spirit's saying there's a karmic read and it needs to be clarified. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the karmic read and clarify it. Welcome in, Julie. I don't know exactly what the message is tonight. We're gonna find out. Okay. So we have intuition and cleverness in reverse and protection right side up. So I do believe somebody was trying to get you to question your intuition. They were kind of stupid in how they did that. I'm really picking up on the fact that it's backfiring, and that you are protected from whatever they were sending you, whatever they were trying to do. This could be keeping you in your emotions. This could have been for me. As of yesterday, I was in a bit of emotional, not distress, I wouldn't say, but it was just very touch and go kind of energy. One minute I was okay, the next minute I wasn't, the next minute I was. So somebody's definitely trying to send something to keep me unfocused, but this could very well resonate with you. Somebody's trying to block out your intuition. They weren't very clever. I think they're getting backlash because of that, because of your protection. Okay. So I'm going to be clarifying this just to see. Carol first. All right, Spirit. What do we got? We got the Ten of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So I do feel that you've cut this energy out, and this is why they're doing what they're doing. They're trying to be clever as to how they're trying to get your attention. It's not working. All right, Spirit, what's this about intuition in reverse? What's this about intuition in reverse? So we have the Seven of Cups. You've been focusing on yourself, trying to stay underwhelmed rather than overwhelmed, trying to gain rest with the Four of Swords. What else with the intuition in reverse? Anything else? Yeah, Four of Swords. You've been focusing on yourself, recuperating, resting, recuperating, rejuvenating, taking respite, calming the nerves, cutting out the distractions. And I think by you cutting all these distractions that they're throwing at you, this is why it's not working. They've been trying to distract you and end things for you. Is there anything else regarding the intuition in reverse? We got the Ten of Pentacles and the Lovers, both on its side, um, but they're opposite. So they could very well be trying to thwart your stability, thwart your legacy, thwart what you're trying to build, and they don't want you moving forward with any type of decisions about equilibrium. They want you at war with yourself. They do not want you in a union within yourself, within your masculine and feminine energy. So this is what they've been trying to do. But you've been basically focusing on yourself, focusing on resting, focusing on building your energy, building your strengths, taking some rest from the storm. What's this cleverness in the reverse? We got the chariot. And this is how they've been trying to thwart you and slow you down, keeping you from moving forward. Hierophant, they're trying to disconnect you from your commitments as well as your higher power. You got the Page of Pentacles. They want you out here begging, and they want you out here in conflict, whether with yourself or someone else. High Priestess, but you're tapping into this and you're seeing this for what it is, and you're ending the cycle. They could have been trying to send you something earlier. You could have done a return to sender. From what I'm getting, is it worked? I don't know about you, collective. I've been having like stomach pains and pains in my chest near my heart area. I did rebuke them. I did send them back, and as soon as I did that, it went away. So I know there's somebody projecting onto me some sort of ill. It's not working. It's going back to sender. It's being bound to them indefinitely. So they want to continue to be bitter, and they want to continue to be in this energy of trying to distract me from what I'm doing. Not working. Is not working at all. Okay. What's this protection? What are we being protected from? All right. So misunderstandings. There's some sort of misunderstandings. Somebody can't peep you anymore. That's being revealed. Okay. And they're misunderstanding you on purpose. That's also being revealed. You're being protected from this. They wanted you trapped up in your head and taking action because you were trapped up in your head. But the truth is coming out. You're not trapped up in your head, and you are going to be taking action of some sort. Okay? You are protected in order to take action. You are protected from being all up in your head. Okay? You are being told to continue to invest, continue to be consistent, to continue to to do what you're doing. Continue moving forward. Okay, continue tending to the garden. Is there anything overall with these cards that I need to clarify? Is there anything else for the storyline? With who, with what, with how, with where, whatever the case. Yeah. So whatever this is, third parties, whatever, their plans are falling apart. They are not going to be getting the reciprocity that they thought. It's all like they didn't want you getting any reciprocity. They didn't want you getting any support, but their plans are going to shit. Whatever they've been working on to try to slow you down, cut you off, whatever the case may be, it's not working. Okay. You got the Emperor on the bottom of the deck. So this is about you taking initiative, stepping up into a boss mentality, whatever this is. Yeah, they don't want you taking action. We got the King of Wands on its side. They don't want you taking a leadership position. It's not about them. They don't get to dictate to your life as to what you're going to do with your life. You are the painter to your canvas, collective. So continue just being you. Continue shining your light. Okay. Continue standing on business. Okay. Pay no mind to the motherfuckers in the back. Okay. Because they're not listening anymore. Yeah. They want you out here losing your mind, but they're out here losing their mind instead. Okay. And they're not moving anywhere. They're not going anywhere. They're trying to stall you out. They're trying to keep you from taking action. They're trying to keep you from taking this leadership position. And they want you snapping out ultimately and not moving forward. Okay? Is there anything else? You're definitely being protected throughout all this. So everything that I'm speaking on is all falling apart. Okay? They don't want you to recognize the strength that you have within you, and the justice that is coming. The fact that you're taking yourself out of this tower position, your things are calming down for you now. They didn't want this to happen. Okay, like all three of these were on their side, but I do feel that you're being protected from this shenanigans, and you're gonna go, you're gonna do, you're gonna be whoever you're gonna be, and they can't stop you. Okay, justice is on your side. You're coming out of this tower, a time of tremendous change, tremendous chaos, okay? And you're finding out that you do have the strength to overcome this, okay? So continue to move forward, all right? Whatever they're doing, it's not working. I'm getting, you're too powerful for them. The divine is in your favor, is also what I'm picking up on. We're going to continue. Let's see, what else is there? This is a time for you to reflect on what you've overcome and actually recognize what's going on. Okay. Yeah. They're trying to hide you because of your growth, because of what you've done to overcome a lot of this trials and tribulations. They're trying to get you to be hidden. They're trying to keep you in the dark. They're trying to keep you in the shadows. So that way you cannot be seen with all the growth that you've had. But you're enduring this. You're very much enduring this. Somebody wants you to drop your boundaries, but you're ending out these cycles, right? They somehow wanted to continue to have these cycles to happen. But they want you to drop your boundaries to continue the cycle, but I don't think you're dropping these boundaries. I think you're keeping your boundaries up. You're keeping up your protection. You're keeping up your endurance. You're growing. You are continuing to move forward despite all of this. They really have not a clue as to who they're screwing around with, because they're not even screwing around with you, collective. They're screwing around with the divine. You're screwing around with your guides, your guards, and your protectors, who's protecting you in the spiritual realm as well as the upper and lower realms. Um, you definitely got a whole array of energies protecting you and working with you at this time. Although you may not see them, maybe you can feel them. If you can't feel them, please just know this is a confirmation that they are there and that you're going to get through this. All right. We got peace on the bottom of the deck. All right. So you could very well be finding peace within yourself, which is beautiful. Or anything else? Yeah, they're trying to take you out of this idea that you're going to be independent. They want you being dependent on other people. But there's some sort of something about a cardinal. So you could have seen a cardinal at some point or another. Cardinal could have shown up in a very odd and inconspicuous way, very odd, very not a very usual way. Okay. Um, but this is to basically say that you are on the right track with whatever you're doing. This could also indicate who is behind the scenes trying to do this to you. Okay. This could be an ex. But either way, you're definitely overcoming this. You need to live up to your fullest potential, explore new directions, and take risks in order to grow as an individual. Change may be uncomfortable, but it is necessary. Okay. You're being encouraged to develop balance between independence and of togetherness. This also indicates that you would greatly benefit from a profound journey of self-discovery. Learn to enjoy time spent with yourself. Okay. Somebody does not want you enjoying. Uh, does not want you to enjoy time spent by yourself. They want you kind of in this energy where you're scared to be alone. You're scared to be in solitude, which over time, as you heal, it's kind of like something that you would crave. I know with myself, I've been craving my independence. I've been craving solitude, to where at one point in my past, when I was unhealed, when I was dealing with a lot of bullshit, I didn't want to be alone. I didn't feel like I was safe being alone. But that was at the same time that I was being targeted. That was at the same time when I was being gang stalked, when I was being thwarted and sabotaged. So having that solitude and alone time, it was very difficult to come to that position. But overall, I do feel that over time, you'll empower yourself, you'll rise above, um, and you'll get to the bottom of it. This isn't an open table, Odin. Okay, but if you can wait till after the collective, I will do that for you. Okay. I did have an open table here yesterday. I very well could open the table later on tonight, depending on how I'm feeling. What's going on with this growth in reverse? What's going on with growth in reverse? Yeah, so they're trying to break your heart. They don't want you healing. They don't want you having any type of hope. We got the Ace of Cups and the Star card in the reverse. Um, but I don't know why, but I get a selfishness with the Seven of Cups in the reverse. They're trying to portray that you're selfish because you're holding boundaries. And because of this, um, they're saying that you broke their heart, that you're keeping them from healing because apparently you won't let go of some sort of something. Um, Meanwhile, here you are focused on yourself, minding your own business, and trying to heal your broken heart, and you're trying to have hope, okay? And this is the whole thing, right? So it's really kind of showing um it's really kind of showing that they've been projecting. You're definitely dealing with a sociopath or a narcissistic kind of energy, very abusive, very gaslighting kind of energy. I do get the feeling that they're trying to play victim with this, saying that you broke their heart. Meanwhile, they shattered you. Um, Enough said on that. Hey, crazy legs. Yeah, I do believe this is the shirt you might have got me a long, long time ago. Believe it or not. Yeah, they're definitely trying to bring death to you. They're trying to bring death to any growth that you have, but it's not working. Their whole plan is falling apart. Queen of Wands, High Priestess, and Seven of Pentacles. So there very well could be a Queen of Wands here that didn't see something coming the way that it was coming in. This Queen of Wands is very disempowered. The secrets are coming out about them. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Whatever they were invested in, it's falling apart. They didn't expect that to happen. I'm really picking that up. They didn't want you having any growth. They were trying to siphon from you. I'm really getting a two-faced energy with this Queen of Wands. They would say one thing to your face and then it's totally a different story behind your back. They were ultimately trying to get you to thwart what you were investing. They wanted it to be all for nothing. And they're very disempowered because all their plan isn't working out. Okay, what's this endurance? You're welcome, Rose. So, because you stuck up for yourself, you stood your ground, you stood steadfast in your convictions, you stood up for yourself ultimately. This is what turned their wheel upside down from their plans working out. I don't feel that you took the bait, is what I'm being told. There's definitely something here about because you stood up for yourself, they didn't really have anything to go on. I do feel that you put up boundaries, and their whole idea of taking your fortune fell apart. Okay, I'm really picking up on clout hungry too. Somebody was very clout hungry. They were anticipating that they could steal your fortune or take portion of your fortune, but it didn't work. It maybe worked for a little while, but I think you put your boundaries up. Yeah, you have collaborators, you have people working with you to give back to you and support you. It was an equal reciprocity. So I think this is what's helping you endure and help you to move through. So the 6 and the 3, which is making a 9. So this is bringing you into your independence. Three and six to a nine of pentacles. All right. So you are collaborating with your higher power. You're collaborating with your higher self. You're collaborating with those around you that are willing to support you, and you support each other. It's definitely something here about strong, steady, uh, grounded, methodical way of moving forward rather than trying to like these people, whoever they are trying to thwart you, they really want you scattered. They want you scatterbrained. They don't want you moving forward. Let's see. We haven't even got into the karmic read yet, but it's kind of karmic right now. So they wanted you know have no other choice but to weather the storm as well. What's the cycle? Okay, so this cycle is closing out. There's nothing to say about the cycle. The cycle is done, is what I'm being told. There's no 9 month cycle that is at play. It's saying that on the card, but I don't think this is the case for you. I feel that there was already a 9 month cycle that was at play that closed out. Your current projects will take 9 months to mature and benefit you fully commit to them. You have all the strength and stamina you need as long as you move forward and not backwards. So continue moving forward. Whatever cycle that they wanted you to renew or have to go through over again, it's done. You're not having to do that again. I think by you making the choice of choosing yourself rather than having to choose someone else's comfort over your own, I feel this is what's really helping you to propel yourself forward. What's this about boundaries? Like these dumbasses thought they were clever doing this. Okay? They wanted you out here. They were very, very sneaky. Their sneakiness fell apart. Okay? It was revealed to you of their sneakiness, okay, about them wanting you to react out of character, okay, to get caught up. But you're moving forward very strong, very steady, like whatever this was to drop your boundaries, they tried really hard. They were very sneaky as to how to get you to drop your boundaries in order to let them in. And that's being revealed. They tried to manipulate you, all right? But yet it didn't work because you're still moving forward. You still have purpose. You still have focus as to what you're focusing on, you're working on, whatever the case may be. And the sneakiness, it literally was no match for you. Okay, regarding your boundaries, of them trying to get you to drop your boundaries. What's the independence card? Yeah. So they actually wanted you out here weathering the storm. They were trying to create storms for you. Six of swords in reverse. Okay. The moon, that what was done in the dark is being revealed to you. The ace of swords on its side, and the devil. So they tried to keep this whole darkness away from you. They tried to keep it from you. This toxicity. They tried to pull the wool over your eyes. It didn't work. It's being revealed to you. They were ultimately trying to get you to weather the storm that wasn't even yours. It wasn't even your responsibility. And because you weren't giving in, this is why they did what they did. I'm really picking up on a roommate energy, a past roommate energy. Could have been an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They were extremely toxic and they were trying to hide it. Okay? The truth is coming out about that. They are weathering the storm now that they tried to put onto you, and this is going to be revealed to you soon. Okay? I'm also picking up as the fact that it is not your responsibility to weather other people's storms. Okay? So I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's not going to go very far. It's not going really anywhere. Right, collective? Welcome in, Bradley. Very well said. Can't see a rainbow without the rain. Very well said, Odin. Welcome in, Linda. Is it phony, Linda? Why are you even here then? Why do you bother wasting your time coming into my chat just to say that? You're an absolute asshat. You know that? Bye bye. All right. Let's give my Mystic Black Rose Oracle a shuffle. I'm going to do the karmic read. Like, I don't understand why people scroll through and they have the audacity to even comment on shit that they don't even believe in. Why don't you just keep scrolling? Like, don't let your fucking thumb hurt on the way up. And just fuck all the way off. You don't believe in this, you think it's bogus, move along. It's not for you. Not your message. Just fuck all the way off. I don't even give a shit. I don't even want your subscription. Get the fuck off my channel. My message is here for those that want it, that are willing to hear it, that are willing to listen to it. And everybody else can get lost in the fray. Not my problem, not my circus, and sure as hell not my monkeys. All right, Spirit. What do we got? What do you got to say? We got ravenous, uncontrollable desires, appetite for sex, insatiable hunger for pleasure. Denial, contradicting, refusal, dismissal, not facing reality. Um, call in the reverse, hearing from conversations, talking, and unblocking. So you've got this person blocked. You don't want to hear from this person. You don't want to have any conversation with this person. You definitely don't want to talk to this person. And you definitely have this person blocked. You cut them off. Okay? They're in denial. at this point. All right? They're in denial. They have an uncontrollable appetite and desire for some sort of relation with you. Um, they're very much in their ego. Yeah, you're ripping their mask off. They're no longer able to pretend. They can't put up a front. They can't come at you with the two-faced energy, with this whole idea of not being genuine. This is why they can't come forward. This is why they're not calling. This is why you want nothing to do with them. Okay, because they were masking with you. Extremely jealous. They're creating rumors, pettiness, being envious, talking behind your back. Okay. They don't want to confirm. They don't want to show proof. There's no validation. There's no confirmation. Finding out the truth in reverse. Okay. So they're trying to keep all this quiet. They're in denial that they're absolutely smitten for you. They want to be back in your energy, but it's basically because they want to be in your energy. It has nothing to do with you. You could have a nurturing way of coexisting, and maybe they miss that. I'm really kind of picking that up. They very well could be looking at you from a fake profile, hiding from you behind the scenes of social media, being sneaky. Yeah, they don't want you making any type of decisions. They don't want you contemplating whether or not you want to stay or leave. Very uncertain. Okay, so they don't want you making any crazy decisions, any particular decisions that revolve around your sovereignty. They very well could come in and say that you made the wrong decision. They may very well could be trying to get you to feel like you're in denial. They could be accusing you of being in denial of how you feel regarding them, and it's not of the sort. Okay? Yeah, there's definitely justice coming in. I'm also picking up on the fact that there should have been a call that comes through, something about a wrong number. You could be getting some sort of a call, or that you should have gotten a call, but you didn't because they gave the wrong number. Okay? There's definitely conflict here, clashing differences, incompatibility, irreconcilable differences. So there's definitely conflict, maybe happening behind the scenes regarding you. Yeah. Somebody got maybe locked away. There could be missing pieces, detached, locked away, heart, can't move forward. Okay. Maybe that's why they didn't call you because they got locked up and their mask got ripped off their face. This could very well be the justice. I'm also picking up that they're jealous of your gifts, but ultimately, these gifts that, for example, that I have, they're not necessarily a blessing and they're not necessarily a curse. It's kind of in the middle. It's kind of the best of both worlds. Yeah, forbidden fruit, non-committal, sexual energy, tragedy, and triggers. So they're definitely feeling very lustful regarding you. Flashbacks, trauma bond, inner child wounds, attracting toxic. You could very well be triggering them, and they're trying to keep it under wraps. There could very well be triggered by jealousy, by the lust, by the fact that you ripped off their mask. You've seen right through their whole intention. And this is why, this is why you're kind of locked up in a sense that you're not opening up your heart to anyone right now. Um, because you see through their facade. Yeah. These whoever this was very non-committal. They were focused on everyone else. They didn't give two shits about you until you started rising above the calamity that they tried to throw at you. Um, they weren't watching you. They rendered you insignificant, and then all of a sudden they're figuring, oh shit, this is the wrong decision. I made the wrong decision, and this is your justice. The fact that they regret this, the fact that they were in denial, and the fact that you didn't call back, or the fact that you didn't go back, really kind of irks them. They were hoping that you would go back, but you ripped their mask off. You've seen their true intention. It's really kind of given like they wanted their cake and eat it too. Yeah, this could have been a soulmate, okay? They could have acted as if they were a soulmate, the one deep love, spiritual connection, life partner. But they did this to try to trap you. It was a facade, okay? They wanted you stuck. They wanted to lock you down. They wanted you in a mental prison and they wanted you captive, okay? But this is in the reverse, okay? Let's see. Yeah, they wanted you losing faith. And you had basically been just holding it together, getting a grip, heaviness, chained up, okay? But they wanted you losing your faith. And this is what they were doing. They were trying to trigger you. But you definitely are holding it together compared to what they wanted you to be as far as in the situation that they wanted you in. You're faring out quite well. All right. Yeah. Their fake profiles didn't work. They're no longer chasing. They're no longer persisting, hunting down or resilient. They're not pursuing you anymore. You're definitely not blind to the situation any further. You could very well just maybe they wanted you chasing them and you're not chasing them. Okay, you're not blind to this the blind to the truth, searching for answers, blind to the truth, watching you online, wanting to know. Blind is in the reverse. You're very much in the know. Um, they tried to connect to you through telepathy, through your intuition, through dreams, through heart songs. But I feel that you were protected from this. Okay, and these whatever these fake profiles were, wherever they were, they got shut down. This is removing the conflict. Yeah, this is all stuff that happened in the past that fell apart. It's in the future, few days, 2 weeks, few months, directional forward. So they wanted you moving backwards. They did not want you moving forward. This is all the shit that happened in the past. This is a confirmation as to what happened in the past. A few days ago, a few weeks ago, a few months ago. Okay, the fact that they did not want you moving forward, the fact that they wanted you pretty well nose planting on the ground, the fact that they wanted you crashing and burning. That's not what happened. Okay, you're very resilient, whoever you are. Who is this behind all this shenanigans? Okay, so there was definitely a ruthless person, quite possibly an assassin, quite possibly a hitman, definitely a feminine energy, somebody that was very determined at making you a sacrifice. Yeah, their so-called investigation and research got put on hold. Maybe their whole investigation fell apart. They didn't have any grounds to act on. Very well could have been experimenting on you. They didn't want you expressing yourself. They did not want you having any type of internal strength. They're trying to ruin your foundation and your sense of community. They didn't realize the knowledge that you had, and this is why you distrusted them. They were trying to spy on you without you actually recognizing that. But I do believe you ripped their mask off. You held your boundaries. Let's see. Is there anything to clarify? Three of Cups. Page of Wands. The King of Swords. So there very well could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy that was being very manipulative regarding any type of inspiration. They were trying to uninspire you, and they were celebrating this. The fact that they were lying about you, the fact that they were creating stories behind your back regarding this. They thought they were clever and it did not work out. Moving on. We got the King of Pentacles as well, the Knight of Wands. So they wanted you out here broke, busted, disgusted, acting out of character. They wanted you out here literally losing your head, acting erratic. But that's not what happened. We have the devil on the bottom of the deck. So they definitely were trying to manipulate you into some sort of toxic energy. The Nine of Wands is in reverse as well. They wanted you helpless. They didn't want you getting the upper hand. After all you've been through, they wanted it all for nothing. The Page of Cups, they were doing this unapologetically. They did not care about your emotions. They did not care about your heart space. They didn't care about any apologies. They were very ruthless in their actions towards you. There's a King of Swords and a King of Pentacles, and I'm really kind of picking up on a Taurus and a Gemini that were celebrating this. They were collaborating together. There's the Taurus in the reverse, trying to disconnect you, trying to distract you from your commitments. They wanted you all up in your head with the Nine of Swords. But you were protected by angels. There could have been a Sagittarius involved. They didn't want to play their game. The Four of Cups. You definitely know you deserve better than this, collective. And they wanted you in an anxiety. They wanted you not sleeping. The Six of Cups. They wanted you constantly remunerating about the past. Totally in nostalgia. And they wanted you in this energy because they wanted to have some sort of a reciprocity with you. They wanted you going back. They wanted you back in their energy. right? But it's almost kind of giving me the fact that like they wanted you helpless. They wanted you to have no other choice but to go back. So this is why they were trying to thwart you. This is why they were trying to have you all up in your head. They wanted you having a dark night of the soul after dark night of the soul after dark night of the soul, not having any compassion, not having any support, being unsatisfied. But you and your collective higher power guided you through this. You had people collaborating with you regardless. Yeah, they anticipated a certain dynamic happening, but they did not anticipate the fact that your wheel of fortune is still in your favor. The King of Cups and the Magician. So there was definitely a King of Cups, could be a Cancer Pisces energy that was trying to manipulate you somewhere along the line. Could be related to the King of Swords or the King of Pentacles. Either way, they were trying to manipulate your emotions. Yeah, they didn't want you having um, any type of fruit or yielding of any type of resources, anything that you were building, anything that you were putting your investments into. They wanted it all to be for nothing. Yeah, they ultimately wanted you out here looking like you were self-sabotaging, but that's not the case, collective. You're too methodical in the way that you move. I don't feel that that would have worked out too well. This is the thing, they thought less of you, but you have a new beginning coming in. You are not trapped. Cycles are closing. They wanted you out here bitter, not moving forward, but you're walking away emotionally. You could have had to take some time out for yourself in solitude that maybe looked like you were slowing down, that everything was stopping, that everything was coming to a halt, that it was creating chaos for you, an unstable foundation, um, an inability to nurture your intuition or your new ideas or inspiration, having to be codependent emotionally on other people, which would have created a tower for you. You made some major decisions about this codependency. Okay, you were very observant. You nurtured the truth of the betrayal, and you allowed it to shape you, to keep your cards close to your chest. You did a lot of healing with this, with the Ten of Wands in reverse, and you still continue to move forward towards your legacy, towards your foundation, towards building something for yourself, of an investment. Um, you chose yourself ultimately, collective, which is going to have things come back to you sevenfold. Okay, everything that was taken from you is coming back to you. Okay, although you may be seeming like you're spinning your wheels right now, that right now is a time of recuperation. Okay, you may feel like you're missing out right now, but you need to focus on yourself and heal this heart. You need to continue to have hope. This whole idea that the cycle's not going to close, the cycle's going to renew, and you're going to have to go through this all over again. That's not the case. You have justice coming through, and there's definitely reconciliation within yourself. Don't overthink it. Just remember how strong you are, the fact that you've endured, the fact that you've overcome all of this chaos up to this point. Know that it was not all for nothing. Good things are coming to you. I'm also picking up that you're unstoppable. No matter what some people throw into your pathway, it seems to work out for you. There is reciprocity coming in. It is being revealed to you about the conflict, but it's also being revealed that you are overcoming this. You're finding your self worth through this. You're finding balance. Okay? And Spirit is saying again to not overthink it. Okay? See it at face value for what it is. Welcome in, Michael. Yeah, there's definitely communication and truth coming in. There's clarity coming to the table. You need to continue to move forward. There are definitely supports coming in. Somebody's got a new idea. Somebody's got a way of moving forward. There's definitely support. There's definitely an idea of support, of stability. Somebody may be coming in to help you with the Page of Pentacles. Is there any final message for this karmic read over here? Um, What's this about justice? What justice is coming in for my collective? Six of Cups. So you're going to be able to move forward. Okay? You are moving forward. And they're losing their absolute mind. Okay? This person is extremely racist, by the way. That cotton picking saying is coming back. So this person is extremely racist. I'm kind of picking up on the fact that they are colored. They are a person of color. Yeah, you keep calling your power back. You're very intuitive. You're getting some sort of wish fulfillment. And they're snapping their mind. They're snapping out because of it. They wanted you snapping out. This is a collective. Four of Swords, Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So you're resting, right? There is some sort of a siphoning of energy here. There's definitely siphoning of finances. The Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. They could be trying to do this while you rest. But I kind of feel like the responsibility is falling onto them, whoever's been thwarting you, whoever wants you to snap out. Okay? You are resting where they are having to take responsibility for their actions. Okay? What might look like rest to you, they think that it's a wrench being put in your pathway, but it's actually rest. so this so spirit might be making it look like you're losing your grip, but you're really not. It's just to basically make them seem like their magic is working. We got the Eight of Wands here as well, so there's definitely something here about you moving forward very quickly. There's going to be wish fulfillment with some sort of offers coming in for you. By the way, this is moving into my birthday week, so any donations are greatly appreciated in just in time for my birthday. Would be greatly appreciated. There's definitely some sort of new foundation coming in. Um, I kind of feel like there's somebody wanting to siphon off of your energy. They're coming in with a particular commitment idea, or uh, maybe it's an offer, but I feel that it's not going to be a reciprocal offer. It's going to be a one sided offer. So be very careful what offers you're taking. The Ace of Swords is on the bottom of the deck, so this is definitely saying that there's clarity coming in. Yeah. Something about trying to throw off your new beginning, trying to stall that. Knight of Cups. Somebody's trying to emotionally manipulate you into not moving forward and taking inspired action. But you're moving forward, you're rising above this anyway. Doesn't matter what, doesn't matter how, doesn't matter what the situation is, what they're trying to do to bring you down or to keep you from moving forward. You're moving forward. You're rising above this. You're leaving the past behind you. There's definitely something here about you leveling up. You're still being seen. You're moving forward. And this is your justice, ultimately. Being able to move forward. And they're snapping out because you continuously see through their masks, their facades. And this is why you're getting wish fulfillment. And this is why they're snapping out. They wanted you snapping out. But that's not what's happening. You're resting, you're recuperating, you're healing. So they try to siphon off of your energy, but meanwhile you're getting all these new offers. They are going to be coming in. I do see within the next week or two, next couple weeks or so, there's definitely going to be a lot of offers to the point where you're going to have to choose what offers you want to take. You may have to turn people away to some degree. But either way, you're getting your new beginning, whether they like it or not. And they don't like it at all. Okay? They do not like it. They do not like green eggs and ham. They do not like them, Sam I am. They do not like them in a bus. They do not like them on a truss. They do not like them in a boat. They do not like them on a float. They do not like green eggs and ham. They do not like them, Sam I am. Welcome in, Sage. Thank you, thank you. Welcome in, Renee. Where are we going to next, Spirit? Valkyrie, are you still here? Lummified. Welcome in. Hey, Boot. One day at a time there, Boot. One day, one moment, one breath at a time. Nothing more, nothing less. You got this. You'll get through it. Valkyrie, are you still here with us? Going once. Going twice. Odin, are you here? Welcome in, Dustin. If anybody watching and you'd like a personal reading, you can head on over to the Hipsy link in the description box or the link section and go on over there and order yourself a reading. There's many different ones to choose from at many different price points. Okay. This is a collective reading, so take it as it resonates, leave what doesn't. Um, Otherwise, if you want to get your own personal reading, you're more than welcome to do that. Welcome in, Kelly with an I, and PJ, Shadow, Goth. Welcome in, Paula. I knew there was a reason why I chose the wolf with the full moon behind it. I was just drawn to it. I'm like, okay, I know it's not pink. I knew there was some sort of something regarding pink, but oh, okay. I got you there, Odin. So yeah, if there's anyone here that wants a personal reading, quick reading, a personal reading, whatever the case may be, if you want it more personal rather than so out there on YouTube, you do have options for the Hipsy link. Check out the link section. Grab your reading. I am available whenever. It's about a 8 to 12 hour turnaround from the time you order the reading to the time it completes. It all depends on my schedule, what I'm doing, but I do tend to get it done within the 12 hours period. I do have literally 7 days to complete the reading, but I like to have it done right. So as quick as possible. I do take time out to do those readings. I do, you know, there are pictures, there's text, there is sometimes video depending on where I am and what I'm doing. But yeah, personal readings are always available over at Hipsy. You can get them at any time, and I complete them as I can. I do have a lot of openings over there, so if you want a personal reading, you're more than welcome to. I do feel like I want to maybe open up the table tonight, but I want to swap out from this live and open up the table with another different live because I like to keep the collective separate. So if you do want a personal reading, like a personal message, a couple cards, whatever, and you don't necessarily want to go through Hipsy, through the link, I can very well open up the table and you can throw me a super chat, super sticker over here on YouTube. You can also throw a donation to PayPal. All the links are in the description box. I do not do free readings. Um, if you want a free reading, you have to be a member. It's not necessarily free, but you being a member gets you the ability to get a couple cards because you're already paying for that. Um, so if there are any members here this evening that would like a message, you're more than welcome to come forward. Welcome in, Kiwi. I hope you're all doing well. And again, for those that are just joining, it is my birthday week. I'm not going to tell you what day because none of anybody's business. And astrologically and energetically, I don't need anybody having ammo. So I just call it my birthday week. Thank you, Butterfly. Okay, so throw some hearts in the chat if you'd like me to restart the live. I'm going to pretty well end out the live here for the collective message to where we can move into um, the open table section. But that's only if you're going to work it out to throw a donation at me. So if you would like a message, this is how I make my money. So all of you scoundrels that think for me asking for some sort of reciprocity for the energy that I put into my readings, if you are all bent out of shape because I'm asking for a little bit of coin for doing these readings, go somewhere else. I take this very seriously. And this is why I don't do it for free, because it is my bread and butter. It's what puts food in my mouth, right? You can support me through a super chat, super sticker, super thanks. You can support me by becoming a member on YouTube. You can support me by ordering a reading through Hipsy, throwing me a donation at PayPal. PayPal is donations only. May I send you an email for testimony? You believe you know for me? Thank you, Kiwi. Greatly appreciated. All right, Odin. You wanted a couple cards. What was the question? If you want to throw a testimonial, you want to do a review, you can do it on Hipsy. Hipsy allows you to review me, and I've got a 5.0 rating over there, a 5-star rating. So, you didn't have a question? Okay. What is Odin? What do they need to know right now? So, the divine is guiding you into an awakening. This is going to provide you with a new foundation on which to celebrate and which to build a new foundation of commitment. Um, Somebody wants you out here erratic and unstable and acting out a fool to the point where you're failing. They do not want you having any stability. They don't want you having any legacy. But you're gonna have it anyway, Odin. Because the truth, it may piss you off, but it will ultimately set you free. The people that are behind all of this thwarting, behind all of this sabotage, is definitely going to be outed. Um, they're the unstable ones. They are the failures. They are the ones being exposed for what they did. And once this happens, it's kind of like you need the trials and tribulations in order to have something to alchemize. But without the trials and tribulations, you really wouldn't have anything to work with. It's kind of like going to a pottery barn and going and jumping on the wheel and having no clay to work with, right? How are you supposed to build a pot or a vase or a bowl or a cup or whatever without any clay, right? Your trials, your tribulations, your challenges, that's the clay, right? So without the clay, you can't really build anything. You can't build anything from thin air, right? So whatever you're going through right now, the maybe the instability or the erratics of it all, the drama, the bullshit, it's not going to be there for too much, but you need to alchemize it. Turn your pain to power, okay? Because that with that is going to be a new foundation. And don't worry, the divine is guiding you through this. There's going to be a huge wake up call. There's going to be a major awakening. You are recognizing your self worth. You're recognizing and seeing your inner light. You're now allowing this inner light to guide you forward. And I do feel that somebody's trying to keep you from having certain information, but the divine is peeping you in anyway. You're definitely intuitive, okay? You're definitely allowing your experience to help you grow and help you change the dynamic of the current vibe and energy. So I do see good things happening out of this chaos. You're turning this chaos to stability, is what you're doing. You could be an alchemist as it is, but I do feel that you are going to overcome this. It's going to be a huge wake up call. It's going to be an awakening. It's going to show you your true essence of what you are actually capable of. And there's going to be celebrations. And I'm picking up like between 3 and 5 months from now, there's definitely some sort of celebrations coming in. There's new foundation being built for you. You might not see that happening right now, but the divine is guiding you to it. So just go with the flow. Okay. So all the power to you. Yeah. If you're wondering whether or not you should go back to this relationship, don't bother. They're exes for a reason. They were casting illusions, trying to have you in your emotions to make you look unstable. There's definitely some sort of manipulation in it. So to keep your wits about you, stay true to yourself, stay true to your self worth. Know that you deserve so much better. And I do feel that there's going to be new alignment coming in for you too. There's definitely blessings on their way. You're going to be having a reason to celebrate within the next 4 months, and I'm excited for you. So yeah, this could have been with the Queen of Wands. But anyway, good things are coming in for you. I do sense that. Whoa. That was weird, the way they came out like that. So again, if you guys would like me to open up the table to do some personal messages, throw some hearts in the chat. Justice is the symbol of Libra. Yeah. Also the king and the queen of swords as well. Somebody's misunderstanding your ability to rest. I really get a feeling that somebody's out here thinking that you're lazy and you're not. You've been doing a lot of healing. They're misunderstanding your ability to overcome as well. And Katie, if you want a personal message, you're more than welcome to reach out to me in the DMs. Okay. Thank you, Odin. And again, if you're not a member and you'd still like to donate, and you'd like to donate to my channel, but you don't necessarily want a message here specifically, I try to keep it generic on YouTube because you know your own story, right? I don't want to get too um, specific with your situation. I get a little bit more specific with your situation through a personal reading, but I figure you know your story well enough that you can pinpoint what I'm talking about. It makes sense to you. This is why I try to keep it generic, but you pretty well know what I'm getting at. I do that to keep your privacy. I do that to keep, uh, you know, to keep your business your business. So if you're feeling that the readings that are the messages I give are slightly vague, it's vague on purpose because I'm trying to keep privacy about you and about myself and about the situation. It's just out of respect. Okay, it's not out of incompetence. For those that are wondering, okay. But for the most part, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. Reach out to me with a message first to let me know that you're coming in from YouTube. Otherwise, chances are, if you're on Instagram and you're just adding me up and you don't seem to be a relatively uh, genuine individual, chances are you'll be blocked. Okay, if you're not showing up with an actual name, if it's all generic letters and numbers and it doesn't have any personalization to your profile, you're automatically being blocked. I don't give no time or space of the day to people that are just going to spam me. So it is what it is. But you're more than welcome to reach out to me in the DMs if you'd like a personal message through there. We can do a video call, and I can throw some cards for you. Um, you're better off texting me first to make sure that I'm available, and then we can go from there. Once I see the donation, whether through Hipsy or PayPal, then we go through with, I will call you. From there, I will call you and we'll go through with the message. Usually it's a 45 minutes to an hour session with me for an actual full reading. Um, it could very well be a Celtic cross. It could be a very well a 6 or an 8 stock pyramid that clarifies itself. depending on what decks I have really to work with. Um, I have one tarot deck and three other oracle decks that I work with. They somewhat complement each other, so I just try to work with them for the time being. But yeah, for those of you that are new, that haven't been around, this is why I'm speaking up about this. For my OGs, for my regulars, this is pretty well review for you. I don't tend to want to open up my collective readings specifically because I want to keep it collective. I don't want to put any type of personal readings, mix them together because I choose to keep that separate, right? Thank you, Bradley, for your appreciation. Big hugs to you, bro. So, but yeah, for those of you that have been asking for a reading, I can throw a heart in the chat, and I will open up the table. I can close this one down, and I will open up a new line, and that way we can go ahead with an open table. You can donate. If I get donations up over $100, then I tend to give a couple freebies. But unless that happens, I'm no longer a one-way street. I'm no longer giving too much of myself. I'm not depleting myself anymore. I won't have it. Not for nothing. There needs to be a reciprocity, an equal energy exchange. Um, Otherwise, go somewhere else. I'm done depleting myself for everybody, and you know, you get your information, you get your readings, and you run with it, and I never hear from you again. So it's like, you know what? That's fine. If you don't want to remember me, then that's fine, right? I think we might do, depending on what day it is. I think it's Tuesday or Monday. I'm not sure. Oh, YouTube controls. Oh, that's cool. There's voice isolation. There's standard, wide spectrum, camera, microphone, YouTube. That's cool. Hmm, let's see. Open table on Saturday. You know what? Yeah, the first Saturday of every month, we're gonna be doing a members live, right? So we will do a members live Saturday for the members. So it's gonna be around 8:30, give or take, for the members live. So if you are a member at any level, you're welcome to join us and get a message. Okay. Saturday, be looking for the announcement for when that live is going to be. I will post it earlier than the actual live so that way you have a chance. So maybe when you wake up in the morning on Saturday, come on over to the page here and take a look at the post side, and it should have some sort of a listing. I'm going to try to do it the night before on the Friday night as to when it's going to be on Saturday for the members live. Um, I may post it publicly just in case there's some other public subscribers that want to join over on members side to be able to take advantage of that. Uh, by becoming a member, you also get a couple free cards. Doesn't matter what level you are. You will get a free message. Now, if you uh, if you become a member at level 1 through 4, though, you do get an actual reading per month. Um, the last the last month or so has been rather sporadic and very hectic, so I haven't been able to have a chance to even do a members live, and I do apologize for that. I've been dealing with some shit, but I do appreciate your support ongoing, collective. It's very much appreciated, members. So if you'd like me to, I will end out this live and I will open up an open table tonight if you're interested. Or we can wait until Saturday for the members. It's up to you guys, collective. I'm more or less asking about the open table. I figure my members can wait till Saturday. It's only what, 3, 4 days. Um, but I'm more or less asking the people that are kicking it with me right now as to whether or not they want to that are not members, that don't have Facebook or Instagram, that cannot reach out that way. So if you would like a message and you'd like to donate to the channel, I'm willing to open up another live. Otherwise, most of my members, you are in my DMs anyway. So you're more than welcome to reach out to me at any time, members, and I will hook you up. Being called to this one here. I'm gonna give it a shuffle. You ghosted someone because of the drama that they were creating. You had every right to ghost them, but they're all butthurt about it. They were trying to project themselves as your soulmate, but you cut them off. They thought your cutoff game was rather harsh. They did not want you moving forward, but you ripped off their mask and moved forward anyway. You were dealing with a very toxic individual, very unhealthy, very poisonous, delusional, nasty behavior. Definitely made you feel incomplete. They definitely tried to rip the smile off your face. They did not want you being happy. They did not want you having any type of devotion or self worth. They didn't want you moving on. They didn't want the cycles ending. They didn't want you learning any lessons, and they didn't want you coming full circle. But here you are. You're moving on, you're ending cycles, you're learning lessons, and you are completely done with this individual. And because of that, they're now trying to cause problems. Thirsty for attention, overreacting, and they're trying to be your drama queen, creating drama. All because you cut them off. Yeah, they're being left behind because you're learning, you're transcending, you're preparing for a new union, a new phase, and they're being left behind. Yeah, this could have been an ex, somebody that was trying to act out as if they were your soulmate, but really it was just a love affair. They were just tempted, flirting, giving into pleasure. But I don't feel that you are allowing this anymore because you cut them off, right? You're not wanting them to come back. You're not wanting to go back to them. It's definitely cut off. You're not tempted by them. At one point, by you cutting them off, they thought that you were playing hard to get, but they're definitely sitting in the past. They thought that you were sitting in the past. Now they're sitting in the past. They're definitely not inspired by you. Apparently, you lost faith in them. You're no longer wishing to be around them. You got no hope where they're concerned. You're done with their humiliation games, trying to degrade you, trying to degrading your appearance, shame you, humiliation. If they were trying to do a humiliation ritual, it backfired bad. There's definitely something here about whatever gossip they were spreading, the petty conversations they were having, smearing your image, making you look like a fool. It's all backfiring. It's all coming back to smack them in the face, and they're jealous at the fact that nobody's taking their words as credible. This is a right out snake. They didn't have good intentions from the get go. Yeah, they were wanting to cause you major injustice because you cut them off. You wanted nothing to do with them. You didn't want to move on with them. They wanted you shattered, and now they're here crushed, sad, brokenhearted, and having panic attacks because you want nothing to do with them. Welcome in there, sweethearted Pisces. Yeah, this was totally expected that they were going to come back and retaliate. Yeah, they weren't willing to reflect, but they're headed for a dark night of the soul. They're having to face their inner truth. You're seeing their true colors. You know that they have a very dark part of themselves. This could be a family member. Um, they could be trying to hide the fact that they're trying to start a family. They could have had a family going on behind your back and you didn't even realize it. Apparently, they didn't want you feeling safe. They didn't want you making a home, all because you ghosted them, because you went no contact. But you ghosted them because of the history that you have with these people. You ghosted them because you're done looking back into the past. They were out here taking risks and acting single when they were with you. So you let them go be whoever they wanted to be. But the fact that you didn't want anything to do with them really kind of irked them. Because when they decided to do this to you, when they were acting single, they lost their protection. They thought by, having their cake and eat it too, and to keep you in limbo and to keep you in the position where you didn't know what was going on behind the scenes, that they could still have your protection. But the divine intervened, and this is why I feel that you were separated. It may have been very excruciatingly painful to be separated from this person, but they were hiding shit from you. And this is why the divine was trying to protect you. And this is why it didn't work with this person. Because you weren't out here taking risks like they were. Okay? You were out here expressing your feelings. They were keeping them all bottled up. They were avoiding accountability of what they were doing. They wanted to have their cake and eat it too. And this is why they were pushing you away. Because you were gaining wisdom and you were gaining insight on their whole endeavor of what they were trying to do. And I'm also picking up that it's very difficult to hide anything from you. You end up usually finding out, whether before it happens, as it's happening, or after it happens, you end up finding it out. And the fact that they were more focused on everybody else than you, thinking that you were just going to be there for whenever they wanted you and they could just leave you high and dry and just come back anytime they wanted, that's no longer the case, collective. So you're standing on boundaries, you're standing on standards, and you need to continue to do that. You ultimately deserve better treatment than what they were thinking on implying to treat you with. I'm going to say that much. What does my collective need to know for the next coming 24 hours? What should they be focusing on right now? Collectively. Boundaries. Your space is sacred. Guests who overstay their welcome impact your aura, and you have every right to stand your ground. Your needs are important. You must nurture your soul with the same gentle love and support you offer to others. Somebody's trying to make you out to be guilty when you're innocent. They just don't want you having any type of transformation. Sweet pea, thank you so much. Your intuition is on point, collective. You're very clever as to how you communicate. Somebody tried to take out your endurance and your protection, and yet you're still out here growing. You're closing out cycles. Somebody's trying to test your independence, your sense of adventure, and your patience. Okay. But you're still productive. They don't want you to be open minded. You're staying calm through the storm. You definitely love and you're definitely on in balance. You definitely got a serious note to you right now, but it's because people have been trying and testing your strengths. You're very loyal as an individual. They they failed to observe this from the get go, and it's unforgivable. The fact that they're testing your inner strength to see if you're actually who you say you are, it's unforgivable. Like you're not out here causing problems. You're not out here acting a fool, right? So they have no business doing what they're doing to you. Okay? They have no business playing these dumbass games, expecting you to get some sort of stupid prizes. Okay? People just need to sit the hell down and mind their own. Stay in their own lane. Because it's not helping anybody by them trying to get involved in your business. I'm going to say that much. But your manifestations are coming in and you're definitely going through a transition. You just need to be patient. Okay? Right now is not the time to take decisive action because somebody's testing your peace. They want you to act erratically, they want you acting out of character. Okay? They're not being gentle, they're being very ruthless and they're trying to get you to question your own inner trust. The divine is guiding you though, and you're in the process of going through a bit of an exploration throughout this transition. And there's a wild card regarding this transition too. So there very well could be a fact that you may be it may seem like there's bad luck happening, but I feel that it's only a front. Like it's kind of giving me that energy of before where spirits kind of making it look like you're going through something because you maybe are going through something, but somebody's trying to thwart you. Somebody's trying to sabotage what you got going on. So in essence, they're trying to make it look like their magic is working, right? So they're kind of emulating, and this is also an indication that they're doing something to you, but it's not happening to you in a position where it's actually debilitating you. It's only indicating that there's definitely shit going on behind the scenes. There's people out here trying to take you out of this leadership position. They don't want you taking a leadership position, but you have the vision to be that leader. You have the essence within you to take control of the situation. And you're going through a transition and a metamorphosis to where you cannot go back. And this is why they've been trying so hard to thwart you, to slow you down, to keep you from moving forward. Because once you turn into that butterfly, there's no going back to the caterpillar. Okay? And you're probably the goo in the coon right now. Okay? This is probably what it is. You're about to get your wings. So you're the goo in the coon, as in the cocoon. Okay? The bobcat teaches you that there is a true power and strength in silence and patience. In order to get what you want, you must be willing to plan, adapt, and above all, have the patience to see your dreams manifest. That in a nutshell, right then and there. Okay? Right? Sweet pea? X's are X's for a reason. Don't be thinking you made the wrong decision. Okay? Because I have a feeling they're going to come back in and gaslight you into into thinking that you made the wrong decision. Don't allow that to happen. And even if they try to say sorry, ask them, what are you saying sorry for? What are you actually apologizing for? Because if you don't know what you're saying sorry for, then it's a fake apology. And I would say call them out on it. Yeah. The more you remove control, the less they control they have, the more straws they gotta grasp to in order to make themselves feel significant. Good luck with that one. I wish you all the peace of mind that you can muster, my friend. Let's see if there's anything else for my collective with the Mystic Black Rose Oracle. Anything else I need to know? Spirit. Okay, so something's happening in the future. It's not going to be much of a deja vu. What about this, Spirit? What's happening in the future? Something new? Okay. Walking away from the family? Not making a home? Not feeling safe? Not feeling secure? Okay. What about this? Yeah, there's love with conditions. There's less than compassion, less than genuine, less than a union. The love is in the reverse. So this love has conditions. Reflection, dark night of the soul, dark shadow, facing inner truth, seeing true colors. And also, this isn't going to be something that you're going to want to work out. You're going to see it for the truth, what it is. Working out, begging, negotiating, but it's in reverse. So if somebody wants to beg, to negotiate, to work things out with you, don't. There's nothing to work out. You've seen it for what it is. You've seen it at face value. Now you just need to focus on you. Okay? For some of you, you got a new connection coming in, but it's going to require you raising your frequency and healing first before that happens. So be patient, be courageous, focus on your own empowerment, focus on rising above the trials and tribulations, and get through to the other side in order to create a situation to bring about your blessings and attract your blessings. You might not get much proof or validation or confirmation. People might not want to tell you the truth about a particular situation, but the divine, I feel, is going to tap you in anyway. The divine won't leave you high and dry, providing that you keep the faith, you keep the hope, and you continue to pray. Okay. I have a feeling somebody wants to call you, but they can't because you have them blocked. Keep it that way. They're trying to chase you. They're trying to be persistent. They're trying to hunt you down. Um, they're trying to pursue you. There's definitely third parties involved with this. There's intervention, manipulation, others involved. So there's definitely somebody trying to pursue you, trying to find out where you are, what's your status at. You're not going to hear from them. They're trying to do this from the darkness. Yeah. They want to reconcile. They want to come back. They want to make it work. They want to have a second chance. But I have a feeling that you've already cut them out. There is no second chances with this person. But they're trying to find a way back in. They're trying to find a way through the cracks in order to get back into your energy. Because it's all about your energy. It's not about reconciling with you. You were dealing with a snake, right? Yeah. Um, they very well could have caught a case taking a risk with other people. Hmm. And now all of a sudden, because you ghosted them, because you're no longer wanting to reconcile with them, they don't want you. They don't want to be left behind. Apparently now they don't want to go no contact. They want to get back in contact with you, but they don't know how. They don't know how to show up. I'm also picking up on the fact that you may have called them out on this, the fact that they were taking risks behind your back, and the fact that you ghosted them because of these risks. They were being irresponsible, and you wanted no part of it because of the risks that they were taking. They weren't willing to commit to you. They didn't want to go to the next level with you, and that's why you walked away because you were done playing their games. They were very lustful. Yet you're not reminiscing. You're kind of happy that they're gone. You're not dwelling on the fact there was. You're looking back, and when you were reminiscing, you recognize that there were no good times. The good times were very far and few between, and they were usually sabotaged and ruined by their bullshit and their drama. The clashing and conflict of clashing of differences, incompatibility, irreconcilable. So they were putting up a front to contain your energy, trying to keep you from the truth, trying to pull the wool over your eyes, being able to play in your face, be all nice and cheery in your face, and be a snake behind your back. Now they're being left in the past, and they want to somehow find a way to be your future. The audacity, if you ask me. They need to give their fucking heads a shake, if you ask me. They don't deserve you. Considering the fact that you're willing to commit, that's considering the fact that you're willing to step forward and to offer them something substantial and they didn't want it. They wanted their cake and eat it too. Well, that's fine. Go get fat on cake and leave me the fuck out of it. Is probably what you said. And I don't blame you in the least. Go get fat on cake. Anything else from the Citadel? Yeah, you're taking command. You're taking command, and you're the captain to your own ship. You know, you're looking for people that are going to want to work with you, not against you, right? Yeah, they're trying to keep you from being productive or being able to create. They've been sending you negative energy because you've been taking initiative. Yeah, but they've done all of this with a lack of empathy, and they want to try to somehow confront you with a lack of empathy. They feel like you don't deserve any empathy. Yeah, they've got big regrets, though. Big regrets. for being a snake to you. That's why they're longing to get back in your energy. You're taking the moment, you're seizing the moment. You're allowed to be a little bit selfish, collective, okay? Because you're not out here being ruthless. You're not out here trying to ruin people, okay? You're holding on to your own energy. You're not allowing people to deplete you and leave you with nothing, okay? And you got people out here butthurt at the fact that you're not putting your boundaries down. You're not allowing them in. You're protecting yourself. Yeah, you've had too much loss and you've taken too many risks in the past. You've learned your lesson. You're no longer wanting to gamble anymore. And if you're going to take a risk, you're going to take a risk on yourself. You're going to bet on yourself rather than somebody else. When you bet on someone else, you tend to lose. Somebody's saying that you're inflexible when you have boundaries up because you've learned your lessons. You're very loyal. You're a man or woman of your word. And people think because of your loyalty to them that it's creating change when it's nothing to do with that. Loyalty doesn't mean change. It doesn't mean um, it's not like you're having to sign over your life. They're not having to sign over their life. They're not having to sign over their soul. They're not having to become a pretzel in order to make you feel comfortable. Okay, they just need to be in their authenticity and focus on that rather than anything else. Right? And they think because they have to be because you want them to be loyal to you that they have to give up all of this to be loyal to you, and it's not even the case. You're not even asking for a ring. You're just asking for loyalty, right? It's not about chains. It's about keeping your word, keeping your promise. But the thing is they don't want you achieving anything. They don't want you being the champion in your own life. They want you having a great downfall, but that's not in your cards, collective. They definitely they definitely judged you. You definitely have an unseen potential about you. You're being crowned as well as what I'm picking up on because you've done the work. Okay? There are certain people out here that value your opinion. They value your potential. They value what you bring to the table. You bring balance, um, invention. You're definitely an alchemist. And somebody's out here misunderstanding you, trying to bring destruction to what you're building for yourself. All because they're misunderstanding you, they're jealous, they're envious of what you're building for yourself, and they want it. They couldn't even alchemize calmness out of a brown paper bag, even if they tried. Which is kind of redundant. It's rather redundant. It's rather ridiculous. It's really giving this whole energy of you can't compete where you don't compare, so stop competing with people you can't compare to. Stay the fuck in your lane kind of energy. They're trying to leave you with a lack of direction, leaving you with no pathway in front of you, leaving you with having to make majorly difficult decisions, try to get you to act out of character too. But you're very wise. You don't like accepting help because 9 times out of 10, when people try to help you, they don't do it right. They don't do it to the same standard. So you asking for help is like grueling, and they're testing your faith and perseverance. They're testing your ability to tap into the Most High or the Divine. But you're extremely wise. You're very traditional. You're very much in the order of things, in the order of the nature, in the order of the divine. The diviner, divine timing and evaluation. Yes, they did not raise no fool. Yes, Chrysler George, it is a tarot reading. It's a collective message. It may or may not resonate with you. Take what does and leave what doesn't. He wants you to be codependent on him 100%, wants you to quit your job, break your lease, and move with him after less than 3 months of dating. Yeah, no, that's a bad red flag. You just keep doing you, okay? Yeah. But the fact that you won't agree to that is going to diminish his self worth. You know that, right? You're going to be the reason why he plummets and crashes and burns, right? You know that they're going to blame it on you, right? Whoever you are, collective, you're definitely a warrior. You've been through the hell. You've been through hell and back. You got yourself a T-shirt. You got yourself a bumper sticker. They were sold out of the cookies, so you didn't get any cookies, but you can bake your own. You're good in the kitchen. You're all right with the heat of the kitchen too. Unfortunately, though, the people that you tend to attract into your life aren't good with the heat in the kitchen, so they need to stay the hell out of your kitchen. They can't handle the heat. Get the fuck out. The way it goes. All right. What's going on for the closing message for my collective? I'll be back here again tomorrow for another collective message. For the members that are just jumping in, we've got a members live coming up too as well on Saturday, so stay tuned for that. Take them, Spirit? No. Okay. It's tired. Flew off, basically, journey, which way but loose. Yeah. It's only the tip of the iceberg, sweet pea. That's what I keep hearing. It's only the tip of the iceberg. You might want to go stock up on some popcorn. It's bound to be an interesting show. They wanted you out here weathering the storm. What's the closing message for my collective? What's the closing message for my collective? Not the world. You're closing out these cycles and you're stepping up. You're moving on. unapologetically. What's going on? Yeah, we got the Three of Cups. So there's definitely third parties involved here, and because of you cutting out these third parties, this is why you're moving out. This is why you're moving up. This is why you're elevating. Because the third parties were meddling. Yeah, no, not working out in their favor at all. You're definitely manifesting some beautiful abundance coming in, and they're out here totally unbalanced, juggling way too much, and they very well could be coming in to breadcrumb you. There could be an apology. Somebody might owe you money. They might be coming in to to bring back some money for you of some sort. I'm not sure, but somebody has this bright, brand new, beautiful idea, right? It's breadcrumbing, and specifically for sweet pea, yeah, don't fall for it. Your mama didn't raise no fool. Got loads of popcorn. Yeah. Make sure you got some different flavors because it tends to get old real quick. Yeah, you're walking away to calmer waters. Continue walking forward because you're walking right into your manifestations. And this is why they're having a hard time balancing out because you're walking away. They're losing out on your frequency, right? And this is why they're going to come in with this idea. They're wanting to move in. Let's save some money. We'll move in with each other. No, no. And then all of a sudden they're going to lose your job, lose their job, or whatever the case. And then you're going to be flipping the bill for them for the full extent. No. Yeah, they're out here spinning their wheels, literally, trapped up in their head. They might even catch a case. They might go to jail. This might be the awakening that they need to see things from a brighter, bigger perspective. Could this be a cancer individual that is losing their footing and losing their grip, being caught up, having a huge wake up call, having a huge awakening, having no other choice but to see it from a different perspective? Maybe through the bars of a jail cell because he just can't leave you the fuck alone. Restraining order is not going to do it, so maybe a night in the clink may work. You never know. Yeah. So if they disappear for a while and they show up one day, you're wondering why they're all pissed off. It's probably because they got clocked to the clink. And for some of you, it might have to be that they were hospitalized due to some sort of infection that just keeps on giving. So you don't want this energy back. You do not want this. You don't want it back. They can keep it. They can keep their skanky, stinky ass over there. I cut and sever any ties from anyone that wishes me ill will or wishes to siphon off of me and my good nature and my energy. I call my power back to me from anyone of that sort. And I cut and sever any contact, any connections, any energetic ties, any roots, any strings, any commitments. They are now null and void. Any ill will sent my way is automatically returned to sender and bound to them indefinitely. Let it haunt them for their ill will that they wish upon others. Let it haunt them. Let it be to the point where it haunts them so much that they have no other choice but to change their tune and change their mind. And the only way out of it is to learn perfect love and perfect trust within their own heart and to leave you the fuck alone. All abundance, all prosperity that is yours alone, just as much as mine is mine alone. And let all blockages, let all bindings to our prosperity and our abundance be released and lifted indefinitely. Allow our abundance and prosperity to be then protected from harm or evil eye or ill will or any type of siphoning that they do not have consent for. Anyone that is wishing to be in our energy that does not want to that wants to gain it through non-consent, let them be eradicated out of our energy indefinitely. As above, so below, as within, so without, and so it is. Is it in here? I think it is. It might be. Is it? I don't know. I'm gonna find out. Might be in a different spot though. Not looking like it's in here. No, it's not. It's in my bag. But anyway, that's it. That's all for the collective message tonight. This evening. Again, if you'd like your own personal reading, feel free to jump in the link section or the description box. Head over to Hipsy, order your own personal reading. For tonight and tomorrow, I'll get to it right away. I'm total well open book. Um, so if you want your own personal reading, I can do it up for you. Uh, yeah, it's all good and gravy. Yeah, destiny swapping is a big, huge farce. I have 700 videos here on YouTube. Just remember the date, remember the picture. Okay. Sweet dreams, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Mr. Gray Winter, thank you so much for joining me. Renee, Sweet Pea, Odin, Glamified, Michael, who else? Bradley, Kitty, Chrysler, Glamified, Renee, who else? James, who else? Julie. Um, who else is kicking it? Kiwi, Jennifer, or Jenny. Thank you all for kicking it with me tonight. Even Sage there, if you're still kicking it here with us. Happy Pink Moon. Yeah, Gina, if you'd like a message, feel free to check out the description box. You're more than welcome to get a reading. And Root, Temu, thank you so much for the feedback and the support. Anybody I forgot, I do apologize. Dustin there as well. And Taser. Yeah. So if you guys want a message, hit up the description box, the three little dots at the top there. Check out the description box. Check out my main page, and you can reach out to my inbox through Facebook or Instagram. But just make sure you send me a message, or at least have a legitimate profile. Because if you don't have a legitimate profile, chances are I will block you right off the bat if there's no message. If you don't say, "Hey, I'm from YouTube. I'd like to order a reading," I'll send the donation over as soon as possible. And you give me the credentials as to what and where you're going to send it, whether it be through Hipsy or PayPal. And also, Hipsy now offers Visa, MasterCard, Google Pay, Apple Pay, PayPal, American Express for payments. So they've opened up a whole avenue of ways to donate to the channel. Okay. So feel free to check that out. Um, and thank you so much for joining me. And I'll catch you again tomorrow for another collective message. And again, members, stay tuned for Saturday for a members live this Saturday. Okay? On that note, be good to yourself if you can't be good at it, so that way you can be good to others. And I will catch you in the next video. Thank you. Have a good night.